Hello everybody, and we're starting with a great video here for you guys today. On this channel, 2-year celebration. We are beginning with Auto Challenge. Auto Challenge will be beginning in a second. And it begins differently than normal Auto Challenge. Normally step in and I'm saying something. But not this time. Well, we're going to have the introduction. But first, I'm here, different scene and everything, to tell you that this Auto Challenge is the 10 best car that me and the Blade of Summer think have ever been made, and it's here for you guys to watch. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It was good fun. Generally, good fun. Hello everybody, and welcome here to our video where we have our special for the 2 years of my channel and our special thing that we have for Auto Challenge. As you will see other videos, we have other things. Especially for Auto Challenge, we are not having a competition of cars. We're having a thing to see what cars we think are some of our best and our favorite cars. It can be any car from any time. Now before that though, I've already picked certain ones that I didn't put into the list but I still like. So we got the Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid, which is green. The Ford Fiesta, which is the blue one down in the corner. And then you got the Subaru BRZ in the middle, and the McLaren F1 in the right corner. And the other two, we have the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta and the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. And those are the ones that I picked as other awesome cars. Blade of Summer hadn't picked those. He hadn't picked other cars, so he has 10, and I also have 10. So we're gonna go back and forth between our PowerPoints that we have. I did make both of them, but for the Blade of Summer, we have different outline than mine is, so they're a bit different. So it's the first time we'll use a PowerPoint in this thing. So we're bringing in new technology to different parts of it that we have. Like when we had the Ferrari LaFerrari, we had the diagram of the car. Right, so let's begin with what I think is the number 10 best car. Doesn't work. Okay. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, there we go. It's good enough. Okay. Number 10. The Lamborghini Veneno. With each car, we're going to tell you a little bit about each one, not that much. The Lamborghini Veneno was made last year. Obviously it's a Lamborghini, and this in here was made to be like a special car at the time of the 50th anniversary of Lamborghini. And that's one of the cars they released with it. And they only made 3 of them, and one concept prototype thing. That's what this one is. The silver one is the concept prototype type one, and then for the other 3 they have are the colors of the Italian flag. So you got 1 red, 1 white, and 1 green. So now it's time for the Blade of Summer to tell you his number 10 car.
Hi, Koenigsegg Agera. Oh man, this car is this old Swedish job there. Look at that bad boy out there. That's a good looking car. Nice and clean. Got that nice European lines. And kind of get that Scandinavian kind of look about it, you know. It's clean. It's got a nice look for a supercar. You had like like the Lamborghini. It looked like a bug, or too aggressive. This here has nice rounded lines, and it looks a little more approachable, and it's faster. So, and it's kind of a good thing about it. And they put the fast one. It's really cool.
Right. Now, just to keep in mind, we are having this competition. We're not like comparing the number 10 cars, so...
Right, that's not compared, but
no,
I'm just giving you a reference point why...
No, I was saying to the people watching it, not so much to you,
right,
but,
it's not
Yeah, it's not one of our comparing episodes, so we're not going to have...
Just seeing how, if you like a little bit rounder, you like a little bit smoother, you like a little bit,
Then that's the car for you.
It looks more approachable rather than something like a Lamborghini looks like a weapon.
Yeah.
Where, this is more, it looks kind of like a missile.
So you're saying that a missile isn't a weapon, and
Yeah, or a rocket kind of a thing. It has that kind of rather than being something like more like a Chinese fighting star or something like that, or brass knuckles with barbs on it or something. That's what the Lamborghini looks like. It looks like something you hand-to-hand combat with.
Right. This one here does have a roof box, so if you're going on a trip, you have stuff to put in it, and the door is also open in a very interesting way.
But if you're going to spend $1 million on a car, you're going to want something interesting. Right now you do your number 9 here.
No, I did the wrong thing. Gotta cast the tab first. Right, number 9. We have another Lamborghini. This one here is the Lamborghini Aventador LP720-450 Anniversario.
Looks like a bottle opener in the front.
This one here is for the, obviously, 50th anniversary of Lamborghini.
So a big bottle of beer to open. You're doing good.
Along with the Veneno, and also the Egoista, which is another one of their cars they had. This in here was the Aventador that they made for it. They only made about 200 of them. The front nose of it, like you pointed out, is a bit different from the actual regular Aventador. As you can see, it's a bit disappointing to it.
So it's more like a viper, a cobra mouth.
Right, so here these parts come out a little bit more, and the front is just a bit different. It's got bigger air intakes and to move the air better.
Actually, it looks like Pikachu. Look at Pikachu is ready to fight. You can see the eyes and the mouth. Doesn't it look like Pikachu?
Anyways, if you are more interested in this car, we have our other series where I talk about. We actually have a whole episode just about this one car.
And if you like Pokemon, you can have your own Pikachu.
A very expensive.
Which is an electric type.
And this car is not a hybrid, so it doesn't really work. I'm going to show number 8.
Pika Pika.
So weird. Right, and now for the Blader of Summer. Number 9.
Now this is for Lamborghinis, and of all the supercars ever made, this is the flagship of them all.
Right, now, if the Aventador we just seen, this is what this car basically evolved into. Because it was the Miura, it became the Countach, which became the Diablo, which became the Murcielago, which became the Aventador, which you just seen. And the Veneno actually was based off of the Aventador, so that's... They all almost start with this car.
So this is it. This is the Godfather.
Apart from the Miura, but we won't get
this
into
is
details.
this is what it is. Even for the Miura, that one there. I mean, that was the.
This is our first main.
This is the one there. This is where it just got to be obscene.
That's where it started, mostly in the 70s.
Where a supercar became just excess and speed and just looks crazy fast and
Right. This one here is not the 25th anniversary one. I tried to get a picture of it. It didn't come out so well. But they also had made a 25th anniversary Countach, which would go along the same lines as the Aventador. Crazier.
And it's so big. Look, and it's so amazing. It even has a Mini Cooper driving across its wing in the back. And look how cool that was. So that's how amazing that car is. That it's so big and cool. That Coopers can drive on them. So that's cool.
Right. Number 8 for me. Now, actually, we're talking about that Countach. The person that designed the 25th anniversary Countach also designed this car, the Pagani Huayra, because the founder of Pagani had designed the Countach 25th anniversary edition, and then he decided, I want to have my own car, and he made the Zonda, the end of the Zonda, and in 2013, well, in 2012, so mainly in 2013, they started making it full force, the Pagani Huayra.
Look at it. It's designed after a catfish. If you look at the mouth on that, like the front end.
Stop going on about what the cars look like and let me explain them.
It looks like a catfish. Doesn't it look like a catfish mouth with like a little... It's kind of cool. So it looks like, it could look kind of on the bottom of like...
Anyways, can we tell something more interesting instead of what a catfish looks like?
That's what it looks like. It looks like
no, it doesn't. Okay. This car, an important note, it was the winning car of episode 3 of season 2 This car is obviously very fast, and when it opens up, it's just crazy when the hood and the back of it all open. Just the crazy looking car.
Crazy car. Take it in the hood. Crazy in the hood.
Anyways, now, number 8. For the Blazer Summer. A car that I don't think should even be on a list like this, but it's your choice and not mine. And here it is.
That's it. I mean, it's iconic.
A Jeep
Okay.
Wrangler is not iconic.
What?
A Jeep is iconic, not the Wrangler. It's got 4 doors and...
Well, the one that you picked, that's the one that you picked to put the picture of. You get a regular, just
You
a regular
said Jeep
two-door.
Wrangler. I googled Jeep Wrangler and this is what came up.
Well, this is the 4-door Wrangler. You can get the best if you get the basic. Even if you get a red one with the rag top, that is like the iconic. It's like since the Willie was out back in World War II, Jeeps have been just the epitome of the off-road adventure vehicle. The 4-wheel drive has always been, even though a lot of the things that when American Motors took over for Willie, they had bad track record for their cars. I mean, the Javelin, Hornet, the Gremlin, Pacer. Not a long list of really great cars there, but the Jeep just stood alone. And then when Chrysler took over, it's just maintained that a level above.
And now that
other
Fiat
cars.
has it, it's going to become good with their Renegade.
So they're going to have, maybe it'll help out some of the performance and some of the. It's actually the Jeep. There was never really a bad vehicle, even though other cars in the,
And it didn't
in the
roll over
company's
a lot.
fleet. The old ones may have, people jack them up, and they could put lift kits on them and get them to go really off road, stone climbing and stuff like that.
Like the one that
They
we've
could
seen on the road.
But the ones that were on the road for regular consumer purchase, they're designed and they're not to tip over.
Right, the Renegade is... if you were watching a few episodes back of our actual season, we talked about the Renegade, which is actually a Jeep that I think is cool.
But these here, they're just fun. They unfortunately get a bad rep, especially you put them in the Consumer Reports, simply because they're comparing them with Lexuses and the other SUVs that are out there. And the thing is, the Forester is just smaller than this. It'd be more like the Tribeca. It would be in that same class. And it doesn't get the good rep as far as, again, from Consumer Reports. But
What do they know,
well, the thing about that is that they're comparing it against more of a luxury one that ride like cars. But this is going to ride rough. It's not meant to be, it's not meant to be a touring car. It's meant to be for the person that's going to go fishing, go hiking, go skiing, things of that nature. So it's just they get into some rough locations. And it's got the 4-wheel drive, and it'll get you where you need to be.
Right, here we are, beginning number 7.
Just fun to drive. It's a big thing. It's just fun to drive.
Here we have for you a car that they actually recently announced that they were going to stop making, the Mercedes-Benz SLS, which is a crazy Mercedes supercar. Again, we see the gull-wing doors like on the Huayra. And this one here is actually the SLS Black. So that's their faster, crazy 600 horsepower car. And it's just a really cool car. And they actually decided to end it after only 4 years of making it, because they decided that they didn't want to make too many of them. Obviously, the less you make, the more rare it is, and it's just really, generally, a cool car. So hopefully their replacement for it's really cool also. Right, let's go to another cool car. Number 7 for the Blazer Summer. Look at that. 2015 Subaru STI.
Yeah, look at that car. Not a bad little vehicle. Now you got to go another thing. It has got the all-wheel drive. It's designed and built for rally racing. This kind of goes back and forth with the Mitsubishi Evo. It's for being just a car. They're quick, good handling, and they're.
It almost has a bit of the look of what's that Chevy, the Malibu or something like that. The headlights.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of getting a lot of the unfortunate thing with a lot of these cars. I mean, Subaru, being a Subaru owner, have been hit with a bunch of over the years, getting a bunch of those surveys and stuff like that, and they're really looking to get things, I think, especially since Toyota has got part ownership. They're really kind of like taking away some of the individuality of a Subaru and trying to making a little more mainstream lines and designs so that they could sell more cars. They make it a little more appealing. Where Subarus have always had a quirky kind of a look to them, and they nowadays look a little more mainstream and kind of following a lot more of the trends of the cars. But they still have the Subaru quality, which is above so many other cars. The handling is just there. Power is there, everything is there, and the all-wheel drive is there. So, and for what you get for the money you spend, you can get one of those for, $30,000. You're getting an awful lot of car for $30,000.
Right. Now, number 6.
See, and also when you think about it, taking an STI, you're going to get, those things can go to 130,000 miles an hour, and some of the other cars get, it's just, these supercars are getting 190 to 200 miles an hour. That costs you $1 million, so you can save $970,000.
But not go as fast.
And go only 70 miles an hour slower. So you're paying $970,000 more to go 70 miles an hour faster.
Right.
1/3 faster, but
anyways, can we
times more
continue
expensive.
on?
That's
Can
why
we
the
continue
beauty
on
of
now?
STI. Go ahead, talk about your Ferrari.
The Ferrari 405 Italia, which is awesome car. It just near the headlights has got air.
Is that Italian?
The Italia? No, it's not. Obviously, it's a Ferrari. What do you think it is?
Just teasing you.
Anyways, this car here has.
Are they made in Italy?
Can we continue on instead of you asking dumb questions? It has, like, little...
Can you buy one in red?
No, you can't. That's why there's a picture of it. It has little spots that channel the air into the headlights that makes it go
Is it
down.
fast?
The air will channel it down to go into the wheels, which will give more force onto it. And also in the front, on that little black part of the front bumper, it can actually give more force to grip the road better. So as the air goes over it, the air actually makes it go down faster. And yes, it's fast. It's a Ferrari supercar. Oops, like a pro, saved it. Haha. Bet you wouldn't have done that. Okay, continue on.
Alright.
After I saved the camera, unlike you would.
This is a cool car. It's a Porsche 911. Back in 1978. This car's from. I mean, it's pretty. Looking at the cars from 1978, you can compare some of them that were coming out, how the Mustangs looked, how some of the Fords looked, how some of the Chevys looked, and what direction they were going. You had your energy crunch back then, you had gas rationing and all those kind of things going on. So a lot of the American cars were lame-mo. And so when this car's out there,
And money.
you could have got one of these for $38,000 back then.
So you could have this instead of a STI.
And well, no, the STI has a new one for $30,000. This is $38,000. This car was crazy. It was fast, and it was, for the time, it just was right there with the Countach, as far as being iconic. The Countach is probably a little faster, and a little crazier. But this was just something that you just knew that you had. It was a Porsche, and so it was, it was it. And I remember I was in a Porsche dealership back then.
And you bought one?
No. I was just in there, and I was getting some old clunker because I was a teenager. Getting a clunker, and there was one of the guys was in there, and The guy's like, oh man, back then it was like the price of a house. And someone goes, hey, you know, I didn't think you could buy a house for that much. And then, but the salesman goes, you can't drive your house, but you can sleep in your car. So with that, there's not a bad reason to go buy yourself a Porsche.
What kind of car were you buying then?
Oh, I got some beater, little something. I forgot what it was.
Next car. Number 5. The Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4 SV. Do you want to know what that means?
Isn't that like a line of racing greyhounds?
No. I mean, it is, but not for this. Anyways. 670 means 670 horsepower. 4 means 4-wheel drive. SV means Sport Veloce, or something like that.
Veloce?
Yeah, that. That's what they have on all their cars. On their final version of every car, the Miura. Well, they didn't have it on the Countach, but on the Diablo and the Murcielago. So on 3 of their 4 cars they ended, they put that on it. And this is the main line of the V12 engine cars. And the LPA, no idea what that stands for. But anyways, the Murcielago here, this is the final version of the Murcielago, which is replaced by the Aventador. And look at how cool that is. It's crazy fast. Obviously, it's got 670 horsepower car. And the Aventador. I like the Anniversario Aventador, but still, this Murcielago is crazy cool. Next up, we have another car that won an episode of Town Challenge in Season 1 in the old YouTube studio.
Ooh, look at that car. Yeah. That was one of my favorite cars growing up. That was a cool car. And that's like it's just one of those things. It looks like the Jeep. It doesn't, go out there and, crazy fast. It's a sports car. It's a fun car. It was for that time, it was the epitome of, English, styling and fun, and just an open air car just to take out on a country road on a nice spring or summer day, and just kind of a cool thing. That's just what I liked about it. And that's what when I was growing up, it had that cool look, the headlights and the long nose, and you just go ahead and drive that thing and go all over the place. And cool car, really, really cool car. And the thing to do too is that one has black wall tires, but they had little red wall tires that a lot of them had back then. So nice, especially that one in green. Looked so cool with green car. This is a forest green with the red wall tires. But whatever color you got, they were nice. Red and green were the best. So I liked them. Good car. It's more about fun. Same thing with the Jeep. It's just fun to drive.
Right, number 4. This here is one of my favorite cars, obviously. It's my top 4. But this here happened to lose the first episode of Season 3 to the Koenigsegg Agera. The Porsche 918 Spider. This car here is a crazy fast hybrid that Porsche put out to rival the McLaren P1 and the Ferrari LaFerrari. And obviously it's convertible. And it's a hybrid. And it's a fast hybrid, unlike a Prius, which is a slow hybrid. So now you can see that the hybrid technology, they have enough to make a supercar with it. So eventually every car can have one, like you say about that. The supercars do it, and they can figure out how to do it, and the other companies can use it. So at some time, every car will be a hybrid.
Yeah, at some point, this is just a good thing. Technology in these supercars. And
so right now we see, it's sort of like a rare thing, like, oh no, it's a hybrid. And everybody's like, oh no, hybrids are weird little Prius cars, and now they're...
Yeah, they don't inspire much for, driving enthusiasts.
And
the
now,
Prius does not make the person who would drive a Triumph, or someone who would drive a Camaro, or...
Thank you.
Well, no, someone who would be driving, the Challengers and the Chargers and the Mustangs. And
so basically anybody that would drive a car.
No, the people that would drive the cars that have a little bit more... For the person that's going to drive, the Camry Even some of the Camry drivers might want to have a little more spunk. But, you have your basic Corolla. Those people are just, basic transportation here to there. Those are the ones that would drive a Prius. But for those who want to have a little driving experience.
Why are we talking about a Prius? We're talking about the Porsche 918 Spider.
What I'm saying is this is what this is doing. It's like cars like these are showing that you can get a hybrid car that's not going to be, a big yawn.
Yeah, I mean, they got this. Now, the technology isn't there yet to go really far with them on the batteries, but even for this car, it can go 14 miles, which at the time when we're almost back to the time of when cars were first coming out, like at your time, when they had like 12-mile-an-hour like cars, like no steering wheel type thing.
With the rudder.
And you had those big wheels, and you could go like 2 miles with them. It's sort of back to that, except for now we have the technology and the power and regular engines. So that's sort of where we are with the hybrid technology. But I think they'll go faster than that technology, where it took them a long time to get to where they are. They can do it faster now. Oh, come on! What is wrong with you? Can you present and not wave my Corvette magazine with your fart on it? Come on!
Range Rover Evoque.
Put my magazine down and then talk.
And that fart you just did evoked my... Oh, I want to vomit.
You're the one that farted! Stop trying to blame me. What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, right. You're the one who's over there having a conniption fit. One who smelt it, dealt it. That's what's how it goes, pal. Try to blame me. But anyway, Range Rover Evoque. You're kind of taking and having all that the ruggedness and off-road abilities of a Range Rover and the Land Rover family, and give it a sportier look and a better suburban presence. It's a nice looking car. I think it's got nice lines, very attractive, and it looks like a lot of other SUVs out there are trying to copy that, much like the Ford. They have they try to copy that, and some other ones just get the Edge and the Explorer and some other lines, trying to copy the lines of the Range Rover. But this is it, and then and the price under $100,000. You're going to get a lot of off-road capabilities with great, suburban sensibility. Okay, I'm all done.
Are you?
Yep. Though I'd take one of them. Probably if I had to choose, that'd be a car I'd like to have right there. But I don't have $75,000.
So why didn't you pick it as your number one car then?
Well, it's not my. That's the one I think I would like to have. To arrive, because it encompasses everything. My favorite one, my 370.
No, number 3. Don't say your number one car yet.
So they'll find out.
You're gonna ruin the video. Because then people are gonna stop watching it now if they already have it.
Your fart didn't ruin the video.
Your fart ruined the video. I didn't fart, so you can't blame that on me. Right, this here, number 3.
I don't fart.
The Ferrari. Another crazy hybrid supercar to go along.
It fought hard to get that name.
Exactly.
Well, we're gonna name this Ferrari. Oh, Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ferrari. Brilliant.
Otherwise known as the F70. This here is, like I said, another one of those hybrid supercars to go along with like the Porsche 918 Spider and the McLaren P1. This here actually did win episode 2 of season 3 of Auto Challenge. And it's just a crazy supercar that Ferrari makes. If you can't tell by the name, it's Ferrari, the Ferrari.
Yep.
So what is it called?
The Ferrari.
Well, now you fix the camera.
Well, your fart kind of disturbed it.
Stop trying to blame your fart on me.
How you fog the lens?
Stop talking. Just present your Maserati Grand Cabrio.
Now look at that car.
It's not that cool.
Now that's sweetness right there. See, again, the cars the ones I like, you can tell the difference. You're the super crazy ones. This is one fast, great handling, super styling. You know, it's fast. It can handle it, and it's just taking the thing out and then just enjoy it, having a car. This is kind of like, you know, just a great car to just have enjoy yourself in, and that's the big thing. Fun to drive, take it out, and you know, make some corners, but you're also doing it in great style. You know, without having a crazy muscle car. You know, the cars that are designed to go, you know, super fast. And
Hold on.
instead of going just super fast, they can actually go on out and, you know, again, just be out there and just be good looking, and you know, and again, and the price tag for these kind of cars aren't like $1 million. So they're expensive. They're over $100,000. But
Oh, they're fun to slam doors on too.
yep, and that's what you did, slamming doors on them at a show at Lime Rock. Yep. But there you go. That's the kind of car. That'd be a beauty. That'd be a nice car to be driving around in.
Right, my number 2 car.
And Ted Nugent has in your face is a Maserati.
Anyways,
Maserati.
Nobody really cares. Okay, listen here. The number 2 car, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, which means sixth element, which is carbon, which this car is mostly made out of carbon fiber, which makes it really light and really fast. Now, they actually made 20 of them, and one obviously to go into a museum. Listen here. It's just a really light car. It actually has a better power to weight ratio than a Bugatti Veyron, even though Bugatti Veyron still is faster. This in here has more power for how much it weighs than the
Does it have a radio?
No. It has a steering wheel and a steering wheel.
It's just got 2 steering wheels? How come? Why doesn't it only have one?
Okay, it has a steering wheel and an engine and a door and some little cushions that are arranged in the way to be a seat that are sort of glued onto the chassis of the car. And they're $2 million. And you can only drive them on a track. No, they're actually almost $2.5 million. They're very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But very cool. And obviously I have a remote control car. One of that. Which you see in the video series remote control car. Number 2 for the Blader of Summer. Listen here, won the first episode of Auto Challenge that we ever had done before. So when we made the series last summer, the first car to win it was this.
See, yes, another one. Look at that. Sweet card. I really kind of like something that would. You can imagine James Bond driving.
We said at the same time.
James Bond could drive that car, which of course he did drive that kind of car. So that has like.
Isn't that the car he has now in the movie?
Yeah, so it's like you got to think about it. That they always had Aston Martins.
No, I'm saying he has the DB9 now.
Right. So you got to think about it. If somebody is cool as James.
No, he hasn't always had Aston Martins. He had a Lotus before to go underwater.
Oh, we had some.
But his main car has always been an Aston Martin.
Right. So the thing would be is like, if Aston Martin's cool enough for James Bond, it's cool enough for anybody.
And with that, let's carry on.
Because nobody's cooler than James Bond.
And now, the revealing of the number 1 car. In my opinion, is the McLaren P1. You know it, right?
Do you ever know most of your cars look the same?
Stop saying that. They don't look the same.
Look at the Huayra. LaFerrari.
The LaFerrari does not look the same as that.
Go look them all.
I will. Anyways, the McLaren P1 continues along with the hybrid, which you talked about before, of the supercars with the Porsche 918 Spider and the Ferrari LaFerrari. And I think hybrid systems are cool. Obviously, you can't tell by that. That 3 of the top 5 cars that I picked are hybrids.
Yeah, so like hybrids look the same.
They don't look the same!
Okay.
Okay, tell me.
They look like the Lamborghinis, look like the Lamborghini style, or you like the other ones all look like Ferrari style?
Okay, we're going to look at 2 pictures. Tell me that this car right here, the Crosstrek, the green one up in the corner, looks the same as that.
But those are also awesome cars. Go through your top 10, take a look at them. They either look like that or they look like the first one.
The Veneno.
Okay. They look like the Lamborghini.
Because
Lamborghini.
they're based off of each other.
Right. So they're all this. Like they said, they look the same.
But the Veneno is based off of the Aventador, so obviously they're gonna look the same. That
Okay.
one. Let's see if any looks like the Aventador. No. That doesn't look like the Aventador.
Yeah. Well, it looks like more like the. Well, that one's different. That was a little bit different.
Okay, so far we've decided that
Yeah. Well, your Lamborghini is the same, and two look like the.
that's 3 of the 4 look different so far. Yeah.
No, I said it looks like the.
No.
The Lamborghini's the same, and then that's very much the similar styling to your last car, your McLaren.
No.
Very similar. Look how the rear fenders are. It's very similar.
Okay, they do look a bit similar. This one here looks like
Okay,
the Aventador.
More like the Lamborghinis. Okay.
You know why? Because the Aventador comes from the Murcielago.
I'm not just. I don't care where they came from.
I don't care if you don't care.
But I'm saying it's like
I don't care.
The cars look similar. They look like that Lamborghini style, or they have the same. Again, the same type of. This is that same.
That
type
one
of
looks
coupe.
different.
Oh, look at that LaFerrari. Looks like, and they look.
They don't.
Very,
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Very
Stop
similar with
talking.
that little bubble for the top, and then you have the big. It's the same. Like I thought, it was the same kind of a profile.
I don't really care.
And you can even see. You can even probably put if you took you took the main line. If you took like a now that's cool right there.
Okay, now stop talking about how all my cars look the same and talk about your ugly looking dumb Nissan. That thing looks terrible. I would not want to be seen in that car.
Don't.
Good. Then don't buy one.
I probably won't.
Good, then don't. It looks terrible, actually.
Really.
Yeah, look at it. Looks the same as all your other cars.
No, I mean it.
No, why are you making excuses now? Okay.
No, but it's just that one there is kind of it's got a. I think it has a very similar to the Porsche 911 from 1978. That same kind of a line.
Okay, that does not look like the Porsche 911 from 1978.
It's the same. Similar.
It doesn't. The headlights are true.
No, so you're looking at minutia.
And it's got a long bumper after the headlights, and it sort of like curves down and has like a big part.
It has that hatch. Let's put it this way. It has that hatchback look.
Right. I'll agree with that.
We'll clarify that.
I'll agree with that.
So the 911 has what? A hatchback look.
Yes, we agree with that.
And then his Nissan has got a hatchback look.
Yes, we agree on that.
There you go. So they're similar.
They have a hatchback.
The headlights are. This is a more modern aerodynamic style than the 70s.
It isn't. I'd rather drive the 70s. I think I'd go faster in the Porsche than the Nissan.
Oh, you might. Yeah, they're different.
Because it's more aerodynamic.
Well, the Porsche is more of that. It was a designed to
Aerodynamic
be a
at the time.
faster car. This is designed to be in the same class as like the Mustang Roush or
Is
the,
it?
It's in that group.
How fast can a Mustang go in a straight line?
I don't know.
Can it go in a straight line? Yeah. What happened to your head?
You threw something at me.
I did not throw anything. What actually happened to your head?
Had a car crash with a Nissan 370.
You didn't. You opened a door and hit yourself in the head.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down and look the car.
How do you open a car door and hit yourself in the head? Or was it a gym door? It was a car door, wasn't it?
Okay, are you gonna get back on what we're talking about?
No, I'm gonna distract you like you talked about the hybrid.
You farted again. You're so disgusting.
Continue talking. Stop putting my magazine to your face. You're gonna make it go poopy.
Okay, that's it. I like this car. I've liked it for many years. I like the styling of it. That's all. That's the only thing that matters about cars, anyhow. Not whether they're the fastest ones or the crazy looking ones.
Or if they
It's
cut your
ones
head on the
that
door.
you like. It has to be your choice, what you like, what your favorites are, and it's just one of those things. It's all about personal taste, and that's what my personal taste is.
Exactly.
Amen.
Because exactly, we can see in the Blader Summers car choices that he had more of cheap
and
affordable cars.
right, and fun and cars that.
And I had crazy supercars. So thanks for watching the special, and thanks for actually watching this series as we continue along, and everything that makes this channel great. And thanks for all the viewers out there that have made it a fun, enjoyable time.